Every time you close a chat window, everything you just explored disappears. Andrej Karpathy, one of the architects of modern deep learning, just published a detailed breakdown of how he solved this problem for himself, and the implications go far beyond a personal productivity hack. The architecture is surprisingly simple. Dump your raw source materials, papers, articles, notes, transcripts, into a directory. An LLM then reads those sources and compiles them into a structured, interlinked markdown wiki. Obsidian serves as the front end. You never manually write a single wiki entry. The model does all the synthesis, and you query the result. This is the critical insight most people will miss. Standard LLM use is stateless. You ask, it answers. The context is gone. What Karpathy built is stateful by design. Every query, every output, every new source gets filed back into the persistent wiki. Think of it like compound interest for your intellectual work. The system 6 months from now is dramatically more valuable than the system you start with on day one. One of the most underappreciated features Karpathy describes is the health check routine. The LLM periodically audits the wiki itself, finding contradictions between articles, identifying topics that are referenced but never explained, and suggesting entirely new article candidates based on gaps in coverage. The knowledge base is not static. It actively critiques and extends itself between your uses, more like a living document than an archive. Karpathy mentions his wiki has grown to roughly 400,000 words, the equivalent of 4 to 5 substantial technical books. But unlike books, this knowledge is fully indexed, interlinked, and queryable in natural language. You're not searching with keywords. You're having a conversation with an agent that has internalized your entire reading history and can synthesize across it in real time. That's a categorically different research tool than anything that existed 5 years ago. Large companies have been building retrieval-augmented generation systems for years, spending significant engineering resources to let AI query internal knowledge bases. Karpathy's insight is that this same pattern works at the individual level with nothing more than a folder of markdown files and a disciplined workflow. The democratization here is real. You don't need a vector database team, you need a directory structure and some prompting discipline. Buried at the end of Karpathy's post is the most commercially interesting line. There is room for an incredible new product instead of a hacky collection of scripts. He is not being falsely modest. The workflow genuinely works, but it requires technical sophistication to set up and maintain. The person who packages this into a seamless product with automatic ingestion, scheduled health checks, and a polished query interface is sitting on a significant opportunity. The pattern is proven. The product doesn't exist yet. Every tool required to replicate Karpathy's workflow exists today, and most of it is free or cheap. The real question is whether this remains a power user technique requiring manual setup, or whether it gets productized into something millions of researchers, writers, and analysts use daily. If you do serious technical work and you're not building some version of a persistent LLM-maintained knowledge base, you are leaving an enormous advantage on the table. Start with a folder, the rest follows.